Okay, welcome to a next edition of the Nevada Frontier. Here we are in the really nice studio down here in Las Vegas, and I am lucky enough that my mentor in these shows, Dave Kohlmeyer, has agreed to be interviewed by me for the first time. Dave, how many times have I been on your show? Like 3 times, I think.
I was actually thinking that maybe this was going to be the 3rd time, but maybe, probably 3 times, right?
I think this might be number 4.
Is this 4? Okay.
But anyway.
Well, now I'm glad to be on your show.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's great. And you have a wonderful place here.
Yeah, it's a nice studio. I'm glad that you got to, travel here to be locally here. Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity for you interviewing me and chatting about what's going on and what's new.
Well, you're the guy who has really done a lot to help the kind of people that we help traditionally, going back. When did you do your first show? The first podcast you did that I was on?
I think it's been it could be almost 5 years, which is sound crazy. It's definitely 4 years.
It was before COVID.
So maybe 5 years before COVID. So it's got to be at least, when was even COVID? I'm lost. But at least it's probably 5 years. It's actually kind of funny because I remember the one year when I was working at one of the law firms downtown, and I was like, you know what, this is the year I got to do the podcast. And it was like January, and then I decided to start doing it. And, it takes some time to basically find the right place, the right spot, and the right people, and what you're doing and stuff like that. Sometimes you want to be on TV, you want to do the podcast, and times have changed actually since we first started, where things really are, people are more now online, right? People aren't watching TV. If you ask people in the audience, how many people watching TV?
Yeah.
Now I know in Pahrump and in Nye County, I've actually more people are watching TV, I believe, because the community is a little bit older, more retirees.
I think you're right. As a percentage of the population, more people watch TV in Pahrump because it's an older market.
It's actually interesting because I was on Channel 14 at one point in time where we were taking my Problem Solver podcast and also I called TV show.
Yeah.
And we had to record, I think it was the 28 minutes and 30 seconds and basically place it on TV.
Yeah.
And I think you were involved in one of the episodes. But what was interesting was I would ask people when I would go out, how many people guys watch Channel 14? Can you raise your hand? And nobody really was raising their hand. So to this day.
I remember that, yeah.
To this day, I'm like, hey, I'm on Channel 14. Nobody knows anyway because they're not watching it.
Yeah.
And it was Cox Cable at the time, but it just seems like now, over the last few years, people are now just everyone's streaming, or even like they're laying in bed and they're on their phone.
Well, and I want to get into that with you, but just to give our audience some background of who you are. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I know who you are, and the people in Vegas know who you are, and you've been doing a good job making inroads in Pahrump. But let's wind it back to when you were to 9/11. Got
it. So I was first of all, I'm in Vegas the last 24 years. Traveled out to Pahrump, a bunch of times, maybe once a year, twice a year. And I'm a retired police officer. I started as a New York City police officer when I was 22 back in July 1st, 1998 when I was sworn in. And then I worked NYPD for 3 years. During 9/11, I actually became a MTA police officer, which was a New York State police, which was railroad bridges and tunnels for New York State and for Connecticut. Huh. So that was 9 months after I left NYPD. One day, resigned. Next day, sworn in as a New York State police officer, which was considered MTA police.
Okay. And then, that like a promotion?
I took it as a promotion because a lot of people that were New York City police officers, like today, they would want to leave the city and be working more in the urban, in the suburban community.
Got it.
So actually, MTA police was a better schedule. It was more money. So to me, it was considered a promotion in my mind, but not like it wasn't promoting to sergeant, lieutenant, or captain.
Right.
But it was promoting to a better position, a better agency that was taking care of the officers better and more money and better, better locations. I was working more of the terminals, Penn Station, Grand Central Terminal, these major terminals in New York City. Mm-hmm. So that worked out well for me in general. And then I came out here. I was looking for a better way of life, right? No state tax, no city tax. And that's why even Pahrump is one of the top places to move to these days. But I moved out to Vegas and Henderson. I became a Henderson police officer. Did that for 13 years. I was able to retire a little bit early medically. I was able to do a medical retirement and get out, which was a good time. I had my first child. I have 3 kids now. Mm-hmm. But I was a cop for 17 years, did a lot of community policing,
Okay.
helped homeless people, neighborhood watch
Yeah.
program, things
You
like
still
that.
do that. Now, did you meet Camellia out here?
I did. So basically, I'm married now. Believe it or not, the other day it was 15 years that we're married,
Wow.
which is incredible. I have 3 beautiful children. I'm very
Yeah.
fortunate, and lucky, healthy, beautiful babies, Chloe, Kyla, and Kyle.
I noticed Kyle has his haircut.
Yeah, he had a second. It's actually growing back in a little bit. We kind of gelling it up a little bit. It looks good. But yeah, I'm blessed for my wife and the children, and even blessed to have met you as well years back and basically trying to work to help people as the problem solver that I'm known as. It was basically a kind of a joke. The cops were making fun of me that I'm trying to save the world and helping everybody with their problems. But to me, as a true New Yorker, my goal is to help people solve problems, refer people to the right place. And I still continue to this day. And I do it for free. I don't charge any money whatsoever to help people. I have a very, local friendly number, which is 702-999-1111. That's 702-999-1111. And in Pahrump, as the new Pahrump problem solver,
Yes.
it's 775-JUSTICE. So that's area code 775-JUSTICE, JUSTICE.
Uh-huh. And that's one thing you're good at, which I want to talk to you really about in our second segment after the break. All of these little things that become so important, like the websites, like the phone numbers, like the tchotchke stuff that you hand out a lot. That's one of your good things. But let's get back to history. So I remember when we first met at, do you remember where I first met you? Flying stare. Awkward. No.
I'm actually thinking, I was just thinking back in my brain. I'm getting old now. I'm turning 50 in April.
Okay, good.
I'm trying to think when
we
first
met at a pizza parlor on Rancho in that Smith Center.
Okay. Oh, but we met there to meet, but we didn't just run into each other. We met.
No. Yeah,
we had a
set
meeting
up an
at the pizza
appointment
place.
to
Yeah.
meet there.
I remember that. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
I was just thinking we ran into each other, but no, we knew about each other, I think, online, and we saw, actually, no. The magazine that you were doing, someone mentioned about the magazine. I thought the magazine was a good idea to be involved in.
Okay.
That you were doing in the prisons.
Yeah. Which
helping
was
people
very
with the
helpful.
homework and helping people outreach in the prison system to basically help them when they come back out. I thought it was an amazing program. I wanted to know more about it. And someone mentioned to me your name, and I think I said, let me meet up. And I do like meeting people in person and breaking bread with people to create that relationship, which we've had a great relationship for the last several years.
Yeah. Well, that was, so we helped 300 people per year get out of prison. And we had about 700 people doing the course and several thousand people reading the magazine.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of credit goes to you for 2 things. One is you advertised in the magazine.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's another thing. 2, if somebody bought a house, you made a contribution.
Mm-hmm.
But number 3, what was your biggest contribution? Your biggest, wow, that's a great idea having to do with the magazine.
I always left the envelope, right?
Yeah.
The envelope, yeah.
Yeah.
The envelope was a big deal. I remember that.
Yeah, we had the enrollment form was the centerfold, so people could rip it out, rip it in half, and sign up. And you also got it. So there was the prepaid
That's right.
mail thing.
Mm-hmm. And the reason why, because you were having a problem with the getting the envelope basically into the correctional facility. So I was like, why don't you just make it where you fold it to the envelope?
Right.
And then I believe the law firm that we were working with basically was able to sponsor the postage.
Correct.
So I thought that was an unusual idea. I remember that was good.
That
was a good one.
We're gonna have to resurrect that idea. So,
what was the reason why they didn't like the envelope again? Because they were afraid because they had to lick they were able to get Scotch tape, right?
Well, when you're in prison and you get paid $20 a month, to buy an envelope, to buy a stamp is a major commitment. And we didn't really have problems with people taking the...
How were they sealing it again? Because the problem was the seal, right? They were afraid of the glue on the envelope, right? Because they were afraid that something
there was something...
I
Oh,
think they
you
were afraid
couldn't
of-
staple it. You couldn't... So people actually... They got a little bit of tape, I think, but we also got some, they were just folded.
Yeah. It was good.
Just folded in 3. So that was a great example. And what I always say about Dave is high IQ and vision. I think those are 2 really important qualities that people need to have. a lot of people have mediocre IQ and no vision, and that's really tough.
I think the key with me, I would say, and I would say this to anyone listening as well, being persistent and consistent, basically in taking action. I think I always talk about taking action. And I've gone to a lot of seminars and self-improvement, and everyone says take action. Most people don't in general. So I'm constantly every day thinking of what I got to do to take some type of action to get me to that finish line, which the sad part being an entrepreneur, that finish line never ends. That line
you never get to it.
It's always being pushed out, but you're always trying to get to the finish line.
Yeah, I'm going to run,
especially with technology now as well.
A mile race.
Mm-hmm.
You get to the end of the mile. Oh, maybe I'll go 2 miles. And you just keep going. So the market. Well, we've got about a minute. Can you, in a minute, talk about how the Pahrump market is for you as a problem solver? Or how
basically doing the Pahrump Referral Network, which is a luncheon monthly, basically to network, bring business together and people together, create relationships, which we've been doing. We meet once a month in general, eventually can go weekly as well. But I think Pahrump is great. And actually, someone mentioned the other day, a developer that I was dealing with mentioned a great project of making Pahrump basically the Palm Springs of Nevada. And I thought it was a very interesting project, basically using some 3D printing of homes, which was very interesting as well with new technology, and basically using technology like the Teslas and the buses and making it a place an hour away from Vegas that people would go for more of wellness and spa and treatment. Okay. So there's vision that's out there. I think Pahrump's a great place. It's the number one place, I think, these days because of the affordability of buying land and a home. So I think it's a place for the future over the next 20, 30 years. I'm sure it's going to double and triple in size.
Yeah, I think my experience is investing in real estate in Nye County, in Pahrump, not Nye County, but in Pahrump is a good thing. And I've noticed in the properties that we have that I've been associated with, housing for homeless people, it's like, my God, these things, people buy it for $450 and it's worth $650 4 years later. That's pretty good, right?
Definitely opportunity in Pahrump. I'm all for it.
Okay, well, we're going to end this segment. We're going to come back and talk about the Nevada frontier and this problem solver and other ideas you have.